outside a Los Angeles courthouse today. Their expected message that the brothers were repeatedly sexually and physically abused. And that's why they killed their parents.
And checking Wall Street, and now the Dow is up 240 points. The S&P is up 7. NASDAQ is down 15. This is CBS News.
Progressive Insurance. What do your home and auto have in common? They're yours, and Progressive protects them both. Bundle today at progressive.com.
And now it's time for Only an American Minute with your host, Bill Cochran.
Well, looks like Joe Biden is done. We know he is. He's still the president, but he's not going to run for re-election and another term. It's going to be Kamala Harris, the one that was never given any votes by any Democrat ever. In fact, she's probably one of the most despised Democrats of the party. Most liberal one, more liberal than Bernie Sanders. Can anybody believe that? And she thinks Donald Trump doesn't want to debate her. He's afraid to debate her. Well, Kamala, remember, the only reason you're in there is because of what he did when Joe Biden debated him. He beat him, and he's going to beat you in a debate. So go on Fox News with Brett Baer tonight and see how you do. I don't know. He's going to be a little easier than Trump. Everybody knows it. Think about it.
Tampa Bay's Tan Talk. Entertaining and informative radio for the Sunshine State.
Come on in, sit right down. Keep your hands up, keep your chin down. Shut the door. Time to go with Randy Harris and Knockout Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, Knockout Radio with Randy Harris is about to start. So get ready for the best MMA talk, games, interviews, prizes, and surprises anywhere. For Knockout Radio, I'm the voice, Ray Flores. And now, here's Knockout Radio.
Hey, everybody.
What is going on, everybody? Coming to you live from the Tan Talk Radio Network here in Clearwater, Florida. This is Knockout Radio. Street Nat Matt, I won't call you that again. Mike Straka, 1T. I'm Randy Harris. We're on YouTube. We are live on YouTube.
Well, I'm glad to see that we're live on YouTube because I don't like not being on camera. I'm very handsome.
Yeah, so turn and look at the camera then.
Yeah, say hello.
Hey,
no, that's Ed. That's not the camera.
What's up, Ed?
I know. Hey, a lot of stuff to get to. Obviously, we did not do a show last week, so let's start with that. How did you guys? Obviously, you came out okay, but talk me through what was a very crazy, hairy 15, 20 hours or so here in the Tampa Bay area.
Right.
Lost a tin roof. The whole roof came off the house. And I've got a pile, and Street Nat Matt can attest to it, a pile of limbs and branches in the front of my house. It was not good.
But, I mean, we lost no power. So is that a double negative? Double negative. But we didn't lose power. Are the trees down, some branches? You would never know. Our community was spared, but we live an hour from the coast. So I really feel for the people that were affected, though.
I lost butter.
Well, just going to ignore that.
I did. I lost butter.
You lost power, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you should get the butter that you don't need to keep in the refrigerator.
Yeah,
Is there such a thing?
Yeah, butter.
Yeah, because still like
real butter,
preservatives.
Yeah, which I didn't know. Real butter doesn't need to be refrigerated.
Yeah.
So you can leave it on the side. That way it's also nice and soft, so you can put it on whatever.
I'm 55 years old. I've never heard of butter you don't need to put into a refrigerator.
Real butter does not need to go into a refrigerator. My baker and candlestick maker and everything else, my wife told me that.
Wow.
So yeah,
look at those little packets you get when the takeout.
Yeah.
Little packets here. They don't say
refrigerate. Right.
Oh.
So there.
Okay.
I also hung up on, and I probably told him I'm not going to say his name, but I don't remember. So Brad Penny, first, I want to say what an awesome dude he is. That guy called me 10 times from the start of Wednesday morning until after, you okay? Which it really meant a lot. I mean, we got a lot of phone calls. I'm sure you guys did too. And then he made the drastic mistake.
Of what?
Of saying, did you lose power? I hung up on him. And then he texted me. I didn't respond.
Brad, you're talking about Brad?
Brad Penny.
He hung up on you.
I hung up on him.
Oh.
First of all, you don't ever ask someone during a storm, did you lose power?
It's like a jinx. It's
It
like
is.
a bad luck omen.
Right. And Brad said, why, do you believe in jinx? And I'm like, no, but still, I'm not going to push it. I swear to you.
You lost power right after that.
2 times people called. My brother called, and I don't remember who the other person was, and asked about power, and it flickered. Don't ever during a storm ask, lose power.
Did we lose power at Tantalk?
Yes.
Did we really?
Let's see, what was it? 10 o'clock Wednesday night, right as the meat of the storm was coming through. And I figured we'd lose it before, and I was going to jump in my car, go to my girlfriend's. And at that time, it was the meat of the storm. And I looked at the camera right before it went out, and things were going sideways. And I knew there was no way I could, drive in that stuff. But what I saw after that, and I'd been driving around a couple of days before that, and Mike, you mentioned the piles of stuff. You go towards the beach, there's piles in everybody's yard.
Yep.
And I'm not talking about beds and stuff. I'm talking about refrigerators, stoves, and the smell.
Right.
And
So bad.
that stuff wasn't picked up. And then we talked about electricity being out. And I've been in this area since 83. And Ulmerton Road has grown to where you could drop me in and spin me around 10 times, and within 3/5 of a second of me opening my eyes, I know where I'm at. We drove down there Thursday night. There was no power that you could see. And when you went down Ulmerton Road, it was like going down a country road. We couldn't figure out where we were on Ulmerton because you could not see on left or the right. It was so dark. We actually got to Belcher and went, wow, this is the intersection of Belcher Road and Ulmerton. You could not tell because everything was out.
You talk about everything that's out on the street, and that's from stuff from 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So they tried to come and you saw the garbage trucks and dump trucks, and they were trying to pick it up. But obviously, all of our thoughts are with people that did suffer and suffer worse than we did,
and continue to. I mean, the mental anguish that you see on the people's faces. It's either pure shock or it's just a feeling of it's so big,
depressing. Yeah.
How do you start? You don't even know where to get started. It's like a roll of tape where like it breaks off at the seam. You don't even know where to get started.
Because remember, these people didn't throw out an area rug. They had to gut their house.
Yeah. Everything.
I talked to our good friend Captain Anderson this morning, and you could hear it in his voice. And this is somebody that's gone through this 4 times. He just went through it. We all helped over this house, and he didn't sound like he did today 2 weeks ago. I mean, total devastation. I did tell him I'd punch him in the face, though, just so you know.
Why would you punch a veteran in the face?
Well, he's Army. So, it's
send your hate mail to Randy Harris.
I know that he claims that he did Navy a tour with the Navy as well, but he did Army. He said that he was thinking about rebuilding I go, if you rebuild, I will punch you in the face. You didn't lose your house once. You didn't lose it twice. It's numerous times.
Well, I think from the experiences that I've talked to people, when they lost their houses 2 years ago, they were kind of like, you know what? It's time for a refresh. It was time to upgrade anyway. We've grown as people, and this style doesn't reflect who we are now. So they looked forward to it. They're actually it was forced. So they made the best out of a bad situation.
It wasn't welcomed, but they knew it was going to help change their life.
But now some of these people that just moved back in like a month previous, and then it's all gone again. And they're like, this is too much.
Well, how about those folks who they just moved into their house and their Tesla blew up in the garage and burned the whole house down?
Not just the Tesla in Captain Kelly's house. His one wheel caught on fire.
His son's skateboard.
So on top of 6 foot of storm surge inside his home, he also has a house fire on top of it because of a one wheel.
Wow.
Electric bikes, scooters, anything electric is salt.
So look at the people that are looking for gas. Feel for the people that have to look for an electrical outlet.
Yeah. I wonder how bad that stock went down.
Which one?
Tesla.
Yeah.
Electronic cars.
They don't work in extreme cold.
Right.
Hurricanes,
typhoons,
Thursdays, Fridays.
They can burn your house into the ground.
But when there's no gasoline delivered to the stations and there's hours and hours of waiting, if you had an electric car, you had power.
I don't want this to be a political thing. I know that there was a hat that you used to wear, and our good friend Punk Ass, was involved with sheep.
Oh, lions, not sheep.
Lions, not sheep. So talk about lions and sheeps. On Park Boulevard, there's 2 gas stations. On the right side, which would be the south side, there was a line down Park Boulevard through neighborhoods of people waiting for gas.
Mm-hmm.
Directly across the street, not a single car getting gas in a station that had gas.
Wow.
They just saw a line and got in the line.
That's people.
Yep.
Sheep.
Yep.
That's
the majority.
Now, you can get confused. There were people that were parking in front of gas pumps that had no gas, like they were waiting for
the truck to come.
No, they were waiting for Taylor Swift tickets to come out early, so they wanted to be first in line.
No, I went to the other one. I went and got gas as there was a line an hour long, and I'm like, what is wrong with you fools?
Well, and then there's UFC fights at all the Home Depots, and like people just turn into animals when they're scared, panicked.
A neighbor on my street, very pleasant, but I know not to cross him. He's that type of guy, right?
All right.
So he gets a phone call. It doesn't matter that he was a cop, but it's a cop friend of his. Said one of the places, Home Depot, Lowe's, whatever, had generators. Can you do me a favor and go grab me one because I'm working and I can't go do it? So he goes down. He's in line. They're pulling the push cart out. There's 2 generators left, person in front and him. A guy goes and jumps in front of him. And the guy goes, not a good day to do that. He told me his wife called every 15 minutes to make sure he hadn't been arrested yet.
Randy, I'm confused. He was pulling the push cart?
No, the Home Depot.
Why wasn't he pushing the push cart?
Well, some people pull them. It's easier to pull. I pull a trash can. I don't push it. I pull it.
Hey, but you said he was pulling a push cart.
Oh, okay. All right, comedian. Comedian.
I'm very literal.
Yeah, I guess you are.
Literally.
Yeah, literally.
So we are going to lighten it up. There's a lot of stuff going on. I didn't even realize there's a big fight this weekend.
Yeah, there is.
Not just UFC, and we do have some UFC fighters coming on. We're going to talk about it. It is a question I need to ask you guys. So we're going to do that. We are live on the YouTube channel. The chat is open. I've never done this before.
I want to know, who do you want for the World Series? Because I'm going for the Yankees.
Of course you are, Homer. Let's go hit a break. This is Knockout Radio, brought to you by 8-Man Strong, Staff Zone, and Bucked Up Energy Drink. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Brooks Robinson, and you're talking sports with Randy Harris.
Got bills and looking for work, but nobody is hiring? Staff Zone is, as the leading provider of commercial construction, industrial, and special event staffing throughout the Southeast, Texas, Las Vegas, Salt Lake City, Kansas City, and many other locations. Staff Zone has plenty of work for you, and they need you now. Don't wait. Go to www.staffzone.com and find a branch closest to you. Work today, get paid today. That's the Staff Zone way. Do you have a sinkhole problem? Call APD Foundation Repair. Do you have cracks in your walls? Call APD Foundation Repair. Water pooling in your yard? Call APD Foundation Repair. This is Randy Harris, and I'm so glad I made the call to APD Foundation Repair at 352-200-9740. APD Foundation Repair services the entire state of Florida and provides free inspections and estimates. With the A+ Better Business Bureau rating, it's a no-brainer. Give APD Foundation Repair a call today at 352-200-9740.
Experience the future of home comfort with Cool Breeze AC. Call them today at 727-954-3605 and let Mitch, Jimmy, and their team transform your living space into a haven of comfort.
This is Randy Harris for Mick for Hair at Got Split End Salon in Pinellas Park, our official hair care and grooming provider who caters to everyone, women, men, kids, and senior citizens in an affordable, upscale environment staffed with the most talented professionals in the business. Visit Mick for Hair at Got Split Ends today at 4376 Park Boulevard in Pinellas Park, or call them at 727-290-9873.
You're hungry. Where do you go to eat?
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
You want to have a drink? Where do you go?
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Having a get-together with the guys from the softball team? Where do you do it?
That's right, Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Located at 1320 Central Avenue, St. Petersburg, right across from Tropicana Field. Berg's is the best place to take the whole family for food and fun. Going to a Rays game? Have dinner before the game at Berg's, and after the Rays win, come and celebrate with all your friends at Berg's, right across from the Trop. So come down and see Berg and the whole gang at Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
8 Man Strong is not simply about the biggest or strongest. It's about those who have survived true lows, suffered, faced demons real or in their heads, and are fighting to come back against it all. If you live with a passion for greatness and strength and resilience towards all obstacles that may attempt to derail you, if you're bold and aggressive in the pursuit of the things you want in life, if you are meant to overcome everything that stands in your path of reaching your goals, then you are 8 Man Strong.
Hey, this is Cecil Fielder from Detroit, and you're talking sports with Randy Harris.
All right, we're back hanging out in the Tan Talk Radio Network studios. This is Knockout Radio, brought to you by Staff Zone, 8 Man Strong, and Bucked Up Energy Drink. You know who fights this weekend?
Michael Pereira and Anthony Hernandez.
Matt, any idea who fights this weekend?
I no.
I could be wrong.
I don't know.
Because does Francis Ngannou fight this weekend?
Oh, I think he does.
I think he does.
I think he does.
And nobody knows it.
I mean, I'll be honest, this week's been kind of like a blur. I don't know what day it is. I don't know what time it is.
But we're unique. We had a hurricane. Like the rest of the country didn't have a hurricane.
Right. I just been so out of touch. I mean, my routines are broken. I don't even know what day it was, except Wednesday. I know from 12 to 3, I'm here. Other than that, I don't really have anything to ground me in the week.
Okay, well, you're grounded now because it's Wednesday. It is between 12 and 3.
Yeah.
And Francis Ngannou fights this weekend. So one of the questions, he's fighting PFL.
Yeah.
He's signed with PFL. He's fighting for the heavyweight championship, yet people continue to call him a UFC fighter.
Well, people don't know the difference between UFC and MMA. They still think it's the same thing.
No, I'm going to disagree in this standpoint. All right, so we're on the YouTube channel, Knockout Radio on YouTube. We've been told by a previous person involved in this show that it's combat. This is combat. They're all combat fans. Combat fans know who Francis Ngannou is. Outside fans, we all talk other sports when we talk NFL, and they may not know. But our predominant fan base is sports combat fans. They know Francis Ngannou left the UFC years ago now. So to continue to call him, it's kind of like when Hoist Gracie tested positive. And Matt, I know you remember this because I still bitch about it. The Four Letter Network did a story with a UFC banner, Hoist Gracie. Well, and he hadn't been in the UFC in years. Mm-hmm. Francis Ngannou is gone long enough to not be called a UFC fighter.
That's correct. I agree with that.
Wasn't Hoist Gracie's last fight against Matt Hughes? Was that his last?
Got beat up really badly by Matt Hughes.
And speaking of Matt Hughes, he was in town last week for the UFC grand opening of the UFC gym in Largo, Florida, just down the street from the studio here. So good to see Matt back in town.
We talked briefly. We almost passed each other at the airport.
Oh, nice.
I'm like, you could, I forgot. He goes, I forgot. Which is understandable. It's shocking, surprising, and I love the fact that Matt has done as well as he has. Over the years after what happened.
Since the train accident.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was brutal. Really bad.
Yeah. I would think most people would have died. Because he was an athlete, because he was in shape, because of a lot of those things. It's kind of like the Ken Shamrock thing, with the Nasty Boys. People have always said, and I believe it was even in the book, normal person dies. Mm. But Ken. All right, I saw this on the Book of Face, and I asked Brad Penny this, so I'm going to ask you guys this. You're in a bar.
That's the second time you mentioned Brad Penny.
I'm big on Brad today because you said, who am I rooting for?
You want the Dodgers to win.
I did until I saw your favorite player come up and bat.
Oh, yeah? Who's that?
Kiermaier's on the Dodgers.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
It's hard to root for the Dodgers now.
Wow.
And I told Brad
I thought he was on the Blue Jays.
Oh, he got cut.
Wait a minute, Kiermaier's on there?
Yeah, he's on the Dodgers.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I know.
Big Ed's going to look it up right now.
I'm telling you, I saw it.
No. I've got to drop to that. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I saw it. And I said something to Brad when he called me. I'm like, I was rooting for the Dodgers because you played for him. And then jokingly, and thank God he laughed, I go, but that means I would be rooting for a lot of teams because Brad played for a lot of teams. But Kiermaier batted.
Wow.
All right, so his last year here, he had a little problem with that stick hitting the ball. I said if I was introducing him at the drop, I would do this.
And now, at bat, number 39, Kevin Swing and a Miss Kiermaier.
Oh, man.
That's your favorite player.
Speaking of the Trop lost its roof. The dome.
Crazy.
Open air stadium. We've been calling for that for years. Why not in the Sunshine State have an open air baseball field?
That's why.
Now we have one.
No, we don't.
It's amazing.
They won't play there.
Why not?
They're not going to. They won't even be ready. They'll probably, if I was to guess, they're going to probably play in Orlando.
They should have opened up the stadium in Ybor City where they wanted to go in the first place.
No, they should have.
They should have. Yes, they should have.
But during COVID,
then I could walk to the game.
Yeah, see, that's you people in Tampa.
You people.
Look down on me, you people.
You can take your Hurricane e-bike to the stadium. And
That's
burn it
exactly.
down. But the Blue Jays, they played during COVID. They played here in Dunedin because of the travel and the ban, and so the Rays could play locally with all the spring training baseball stadiums available.
They could, but it would probably need to be a bigger spring training facility. Like old Al Lang, the Rays couldn't play.
How many people do you think really are going to a Rays game?
16.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we saw them.
You can put them all in the dugout. They don't even need a stand.
team.
Yeah,
The team.
Put all of them. All the fans.
All right, so
what's the game we went to, the Astros versus the Rays game?
Couldn't tell you who played.
You were just eating the chicken wings, the chicken fingers.
I just tried them. Yeah. I had to stop. So what was I talking about before you had me switch to the Dodgers?
You were talking about
a question.
Francis Ngannou.
Oh no,
Francis Ngannou.
The fight, and it came up, and I asked Brad, you're at a bar, 5 people circle you to fight you. What 4 wrestlers would you want as your backup? And I didn't look at the entire list of answers, but I didn't see the most glaring name that would probably be the first guy I would ask to be involved.
Okay,
Chris Benoit.
What wrestlers are you talking? Because I would pick
wrestlers. WWF, WWE.
Oh, see, I don't know. I would go with Hulk Hogan, The Rock.
A leg drop isn't going to save you.
Exactly.
Like Hogan, what's he going to do?
Yeah.
He's going to call out for help.
He's like, that's my order.
What's his name? What's the old guy?
Somebody's got my wings.
What's the old man? Ric Flair. And I'll take Mr. Wonderful.
Okay, so you're a dead man.
You're fighting by yourself.
Right.
Like, listen, hold on, Randy.
Yeah.
If 5 guys come at me in a bar, they're all going to lose.
You don't think they're faster than you?
No, not at all. They could be faster, but I'm going to still knock them out.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Who are your?
That's why you can't go to the burger place.
Have you ever been leg kicked by me?
No.
I will leg kick every single one of those guys. I don't care how tough they are. I don't care how big they are.
Well, first of all, this isn't a Japanese movie where they come at you one at a time. They're going to come at you all
mean
at
a
the same
Jean-Claude Van Damme movie?
Right. They excel. Or, where they have the one ninja come at you at a time. They're going to all come at the same time.
I still win.
No, you don't.
I do.
Who are you for?
I'm taking Chris Benoit because I need a killer on my team.
He's dead, isn't he?
No, but he was a killer, that guy.
You're an idiot.
So I'm taking him. Taking Vince McMahon because he's ruthless. Who else? Undertaker.
Go ahead. One more.
And I'm taking Logan Paul.
Okay.
Oh my God!
The most athletic wrestler of all time.
This is a superfluous conversation.
All right.
Superfluous.
Literally.
Here's the name. Here's the name that you both left out. You start with Brock Lesnar. How do you not take Brock Lesnar?
I guess we could have picked Ronda Rousey since you wrote a book about her.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't think. You said
that way when you and Ronda fight.
When you said wrestler, here's what I thought of. I thought of Dan Gable, Cale Sanderson, Phil Davis,
Bo Nickel,
and Bo Nickel. Those are the 4. Oh, you said 5. I got another one.
Well, no, you're the 5th.
Ryan Bader.
No. I like Ryan. Don't get me wrong. I didn't mean to say no in a negative way.
Rewind that.
But
Again,
no, Aaron
Brock
Simpson.
Lesnar.
Aaron Simpson.
Brock Lesnar.
And Brock Lesnar. And Brock
I don't care if you're going to go real wrestling, fake wrestling.
Yeah, but Brock
or MMA.
Lesnar is. You don't need anybody else, but you don't need 5. You just need Brock. Like those 5 guys aren't going to beat up Brock Lesnar.
Or you're going to go Steiner Brothers.
You said 5 guys.
The son is now.
Brock Lesnar is 5 guys.
Brock Lesnar.
The Rock.
The Show. The Big Show.
The Big Show.
Just because he's so freaking big.
You got to
Giant.
take the Rock.
Andre the Giant.
Well, that again, you don't need any more than Andre.
The speed kills. Those guys are too slow.
Okay. But he'll at least take one out of the picture. He'll sit on them.
If he can catch them.
No, he's coming at you.
Yeah, they're coming at me. They're coming at me, apparently.
Oh, whoever.
All at once.
Whoever. I thought it was a cool question.
I think people will, when they fight in the bar, they don't come all at once. They don't.
These are intelligent criminals.
Wait, you said it was a bar.
Right.
Who's intelligent? Look, I'll take Conor McGregor against Jake Gyllenhaal.
He's not a wrestler.
Yeah, he is.
Conor McGregor? You take Conor McGregor.
Against Jake Gyllenhaal, I said.
I would maybe include Conor because they probably go in.
Would you take Mark Zuckerberg? I mean, did you see him in the new the AI translation video that he created for Meta?
No, I did not.
So you speak into your language, it converts to the person you're speaking to in their headpiece, and you can have a conversation just with anyone.
What's that got to do with a bar fight?
Well, we got Moreno in there. So
what does that have to do with a bar fight?
The UFC champion, former champion, he's the counterpart in that. So
Randy,
speak of Spanish.
Randy, punch me in the face as hard as you can.
What?
Just punch me in the face. What are you talking about?
Well, you said Conor McGregor. He's not a wrestler, so we're talking fighters. Let's go
and
fighters.
what Mark Zuckerberg came up in your head?
He's a fighter. He's a jiu-jitsu guy.
So what? He trains jiu-jitsu.
He's one of us. He looks good. He's jacked. He's like
he hits the guy that doesn't hit back.
Right. Yeah, he hits the AI guy. He wins in AI.
The beauty of this whole conversation is it's over. So let's
who would you pick?
I just told you.
Thinking I'm taking you because they're all going to beat you.
I don't have a computer.
He's
They're going to want to take turns at you.
He's got a great point. I picked Matt McClellan so he'd get his butt kicked.
And we could all just sit there
we could just watch.
I got 4 personalities.
Exactly.
There's all 5 of us going.
He's in a Hall of Fame. He's in a bodybuilding pizza diet Hall of Fame that he created.
I didn't.
And started.
He created, started, and he owns the Pizza Diet Hall of Fame.
This is Knockout Radio, brought to you by 8 Man Strong, Bucked Up Energy Drink, and Staff Zone. We'll be right back. UFC fighter did not get to fight last week. We had it scheduled for Victory Wednesday. He'll be on Victory Wednesday. We'll be right back.
Her eyes make the stars look like they're not shining. Her hair falls perfectly without her trying. She's so beautiful, and I tell her every day.
Hey, this is Mike Ditkin. You're listening to Talking Sports with Randy Harris.
Ready to take charge of your day? Bucked Up Energy Drinks are taking